let that shit out. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. That's the only thing when you like either you on the phone at work or even recording, you feel like you gotta sneeze or some shit like that. Jump be like
You
the
feel it
worst
coming,
ever.
but hell yeah, you got the feeling full, but
Or or like if you like on the phone, you got a burp, you try to power through something. Like that's the most embarrassing thing, man. But like, so yesterday was the Super Bowl.
oh
So
yes, a
what's
lot of
the
people
what's
lost money.
listen? My coworker just man, he just leveled up, man. I think he won like $600.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was
he
trying to
was.
tell him not to bet. Like this is the scene on Saturday. No, it's Friday night. I said, dog, listen, don't bet. All right, because the Chiefs are gonna kill these dudes, man. And I told what the score. I said, yo, it's gonna be 49-24. Don't do it. You be wasting your time. Listen, the Bucks accomplished a lot. They got to the bowl. They became the first team to host a Super Bowl. They accomplished a lot. Brady accomplished a lot. It just ain't gonna happen. He's like, nah, man, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And
It's
usually,
it's hard trying to beat them when the whole league is on their fucking sides, on Brady's side. It's hard as shit. You gotta beat the league too.
so I have a thing about betting, right? Usually, if I'm like super sure, like this is how weird I am. If it's a surefire bet, sometimes I won't even bet because I know that it just depends on the setting, depends on the team, or whatever case may be.
Right.
Somebody's going to ask bet. Somebody's not going to pay, or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
And I don't feel like going through all that.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like going through all that. So this is one of those occasions where it's like, man, this is too easy, man. I turned down some bets. I had some good ones too. But nah, I'm not doing that. And then I was thinking, okay, should I go on FanDuel or this is not an ad? So
Yeah.
should I go on some of these sites or whatever and just bet a couple dollars? Like, nah. Dog was so hyped, and I'm telling you, like, yeah, I'm coming in. I said, listen, when I see you on Tuesday, I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna talk about the Super Bowl. I was gonna talk NBA. You're gonna be sick. And I hope that all these people who you bet, just tell them that for the next 3 or 4 pay periods, you're gonna pay one off this pay period, the next person, because you can't pay it on your whole check. You're gonna be sick. Like, nah. Sure enough, these fools won. And look, let me tell you something even more outrageous, right? I actually talked to my brother yesterday, right? My actual brother, right? So, he decides one of the few times he wanna communicate, whatever. So he sends me a picture of a Pat Mahomes jersey. So I'm thinking, okay, this who he think is going. He'll say this who he think he's going to win, right? So he follows up and said, "Yeah, they gonna win." I said, "Yeah, they gonna win." Say 49-24. Then he sends me this long ass text on how he became a Chiefs fan in 2008 for the AFC title game.
He trying to get it ready now for you bringing all that flack towards him. Yeah.
Listen, he is a lifelong Minnesota Vikings fan. All right. My brother is about 7 years younger than me, give or take. And for all the years that this fool has been alive, now we taking it back to night, like when he first really started getting involved in football, 97, 98, Randy Moss on it. He had Randy Moss kicks when he was with the fucking Jordan brand, like the fucking Superfly joints, the jerseys. He repped everything. Minnesota was just in the NFC title game, 3-4 years ago? He was there. And when this fool told me, oh, I'm a Kansas City, I said, nigga, please. How all of a sudden you gonna be a Kansas City?
If you weren't no fan back when they had Priest Holmes, Trent Green, and all them, the bad days. Was this fucking Tony Gonzalez out there?
You gotta
be
kidding me, dog. You gonna go to the top of the league? Yeah, I was a fan on when they got to the AFC title game, man. They lost to Tom Brady in 2000. I'm like, I cannot believe. So look, it's a long story, short. So we get into it. I sent him a text today. I said, "Yo, it's all your fault." I sent him the whole screenshot.
Put that bad juju on the team, man.
It's your fault. I said, if you'd have never claimed that this is your team, this would have never happened. They would have won. You should have kept your ass a Minnesota Vikings fan. Yo, if you cut him right now, he's gonna bleed purple. Ain't he can try to say his favorite color is red and yeah, man, get the fuck out of here, B. You know, I ain't gonna say his name, Brian. Get the fuck out of here. You know, you no fucking Chiefs fan, nigga. What
Yeah,
up?
when I was at work earlier today, I actually seen somebody with a little Tampa Bay fucking stick in the back of their window. I was like, oh, it started already.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
And watch Tampa be like, listen, watch Tampa be like 8-8 next year.
Yeah. Shit, facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, shit happens, man. But you know, congratulations to Tampa.
Yeah, congratulations to them, man.
Yeah, man. But listen, everybody, you know, welcome to episode 5 of All the Dribble podcast. If you are watching this on YouTube, you're gonna have your sound muted for about a minute or two because YouTube even flags instrumentals now. Go figure. So everybody that's listening on all the fucking on digital platforms, rock out with us. YouTube, you gotta wait for a second. All right, we gonna get right into it. I'm so glad I ain't bet yesterday.
Me too, man. Cause I wanted to go with them too, man. But this ain't nothing but the Broncos and Panthers all over again. Broncos was a heavy underdog going into that shit and blew fucking Carolina out the fucking water. The fucking same thing. It's like deja fucking vu all over again. It was wild.
I still can't believe what happened, man.
Hell, they ass one of the highest scoring offenses in the league to fucking 9 points.
Somebody went to church yesterday, man. Somebody said some Hail Marys, man. Some shit happened yesterday.
Nah, man, good deal, man. Good deal, man. It's like our money you got, man. Tom Brady, our golden child, man. Fuck that.
I don't know, man.
The mob runs the NFL.
And they got the nerve to say they want to end racism.
Yeah, look who they put, man. Nah, man. Somebody sat down with my homes in that locker room. It had that talk with that long talk. They same talk they had the Cam. Not today.
Not today. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of All the Dribble podcast, presented by Elite Hustle Media Podcast Network, Elite Hustle Media TV. It's an honor and pleasure to have y'all with me. I'm your host, Joey the Architect. I got my co-host, Ant Force One. What's good with you? Listen, before we get into everything, what is your favorite Super Bowl snack or meal if you engage in such?
I'm engaging as such. It definitely gotta be like some type of red chip with the dips, man. You gotta have like 3 dips lined up. You gotta have like the sour cream. You gotta have your cheese. And you gotta have some type of dip, man. Some homemade queso or some other type of dip. Definitely a red chip though, man.
So you're definitely like a chip and dip guy.
Yeah, chip and dip, definitely. Or nachos sometimes too. I gotta be dipping, man.
This is classic. It's classic. Now, do you look at people weird when they eat nachos without the cheese? Because I'm that dude.
I mean, tortilla chips are bomb though. They are bomb.
Listen,
but
I'm that dude, man. Listen, I don't do nachos and cheese, man. I can do nachos all day.
You don't do the queso? Some good queso?
Listen, bro, I only do cheese if it's pizza or like mozzarella. That's it. It's the or Cheeto. It's the weirdest thing ever.
What about like some good ass spinach dip, man? That was the other one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen. Macaroni and cheese. No. Yeah. Cheese and sandwiches. No.
Barely dairy, man. I'm barely dairy, man.
I haven't had lasagna in a long time. I haven't had ziti in a long time. I mean, if I had it, I would eat it, but it ain't the first thing I want to run to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really do a lot of cheese stuff, which is like really weird. Oh, you can eat Cheetos, you eat pizza, you can't have cheese on your burger? No. Not at all. No.
That Dorito cheese don't count. That's like some artificial shit. Yeah. That shit was made in the lab somewhere. That shit don't count.
Hell that. So you talk about cheese, you know, say mayo, you know, say mayonnaise. No. So
mayo? It was a Merc whip? Use a Miracle
No,
Whipper? Oh, well,
no.
all right. As
Mustard,
long as
I'm
it ain't
on
gonna
all
bring.
day.
Oh
Mustard,
yeah,
true.
mustard on the beat, definitely, definitely.
The mayo and mayonnaise and all that shit. Hell no. Hey, listen, I was traumatized as a kid, you know what I'm saying, from an eating perspective. Like I had
Mm,
I was forced to eat a lot of stuff that was disgusting.
mm,
So now that you're an adult, you gotta control what you can eat.
yeah.
So like the devil eggs, coleslaw out the
Yeah.
window. Not
Oh,
enough.
oh.
But
It depends on what they use though for deviled eggs. It's like the tuna salads and egg salad and shit.
yeah,
If
that
they using mayo,
out the window.
all that mayo, yeah, because you ain't do the mayo, man. But if somebody ate that shit Miracle Whip that make it sweet, I don't rock with that shit either.
See, and then especially during the summertime, you're going to cookouts. You don't know.
That's the it's a cookout food. Deviled eggs, the
Yeah,
coleslaw, the
but
potato
sometimes
salad.
during my trauma as a kid, people who don't know how to cook right, don't know how to store food right. Like you gotta understand when you cooking these things, like especially like devil eggs, like you gotta make sure that shit's cold, man. You can eat
Man, it gotta be cold, man. That shit warm or it can't even. It can barely be room temperature and still be edible. That shit
hot.
can send your ass to the hospital in a quick
Uh,
minute.
God rest her soul. You know what I'm saying? My aunt Reby, she can cook a little bit, but one time I
Yeah,
had devil eggs, where I might have been like 12, and I couldn't do it no more. Couldn't
he
do
tried to kill ya. He
couldn't do
tried to take y'all out.
couldn't do it. And when you growing up and your parents telling you, you know what I'm saying, your ass better eat this food. Ain't nothing wrong with this
Yeah.
food. No, it is something wrong with this food. No, it is. You know what I'm
I be
saying?
some adults. It be some adults that be right there on the kid's side sometimes. That be waving them flag like,
Yeah, very few far in between. So in terms of like Super Bowl stuff, like, for me, just at the crib yesterday and chicken wing, definitely wings. You gotta have wings.
yeah, wings. Yeah,
Gotta have wings. And I think that, sometimes you can always mix it up. You have some people that got the ribs and they got, other types of so yesterday I had wings and I had like shrimp fried rice and like shrimp.
mm-hmm.
What that shit was off the. It was homemade. That shit was off the chain.
Yeah. I
Off the.
tried to make some homemade shrimp fried rice and it didn't. That
I
rice,
I
that rice
love.
was hard as shit to cook.
Listen, and I think I fell in love with it from the standpoint when you go to like Kobe's, like Sakura, or I never
Yeah,
been no sorry, what's the other restaurant? Beanie Hana's. Never been there, but just the fact that you got the hibachi grill, they putting all the rice and everything, cooking right in front of you. That's when you get
yeah.
hooked right there. So
Oh
that
hell
shrimp
yeah.
fried rice was all the chain. You know what I'm saying? Wifey made some bomb shrimp fried rice. It was sick. It was sick. You know what I'm saying? And the wings was dope too. So, home. I think you got to have homemade chicken wings because
Oh yeah.
everybody. I mean, especially
Nah.
now with COVID, it's like, okay, so what's your you know what I'm saying, spot to get wings at outside of the crib?
Place to get wings outside the crib. Well, of course, it's gonna be Popeyes a choice. But now I'm down here with the churches now, and they got another place down here called Feather and Fin. Their wings, their chicken is fucking is good.
You said feather and
But
what? Feather and wings?
Feather and Fin. It's a
Oh,
chicken.
you
It's a
said
fish and
feather and
chicken
wings.
spot. Nah, Feather and Fin. That shit is.
Is it dope?
But yeah, that shit is like that. But shit, man. Unfortunately, man, it was either Popeyes or KFC most of the time for Super Bowl, and I hate KFC chicken. KFC chicken is trash.
I haven't had KFC in a minute. If I
You
do
ain't
get
missing
it,
shit.
it'll be like grilled. It'll be like the grilled ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, in terms of Popeyes, to be honest with you, because I think that I think Popeyes is one of the things where if you eat Popeyes, and it just really depends on your whole system. But for
Mhm.
me, it's almost like it's like, all right, if I eat this now, I know I'm gonna be fucked up later.
You
Let
regret
me
it.
just
It
enjoy,
is be worth it though.
let
That
me just
should be
enjoy this
fucking
now.
busting, man.
And it just depends on what time of the day you eat it. I
Oh
think as
yeah.
you get older, and maybe it's just my whole midlife crisis thing on, but it's like when you like eat certain foods at certain times, it just fucks you up, man.
I heard
Yo,
somebody say
listen,
that before. You're not the
listen,
first person I heard say that. I heard
listen,
somebody else
dog.
say that.
I can't eat Popeyes after 8 o'clock, man. And I'm
Got a
trying to shake
curfew on
that.
Popeyes.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because listen, it's all about strategy. Listen, everybody's listening. I'm sure that your favorite fast food place, even your health nut place, there's a certain time that you have to go and get your grub because you know you got a scrub chef on the grill. I don't care
Mhm.
if it's Popeyes. I don't care if it's Red Lobster, whoever it
Yeah,
is. You got to get
yeah.
at a certain time, and if you get the Popeyes after 7:30 p.m.
When
from
it's
that
closed, you
7:30
getting
to
cold,
closing,
warmed up chicken.
they ain't not making
Hmm.
nothing else fresh, dog. Ain't
Nope,
nothing fresh.
nope.
All they gonna
Definitely not.
do
That's a
is just take
fact.
that damn thing and just scooping around, moving around. Mm-mm.
Warm it up.
All your shit is gonna be burnt, dog.
Yep.
No, no, no. And then I've been really, really I've had to, we've been kind of busy, with work and stuff. You've been busy with family stuff and stuff like that. So it's like, coming up with a schedule, not just like a recording schedule. Got the jobs, you got the kids. So now it's like, all right, I gotta fit in, what I'm saying, working out and trying to get back on the up and up because I know exactly like a nice target range to be in tip top shape. You know what I'm saying? And I've been really contemplating on just going super pescatarian. I don't know about
Hmm.
full fledged vegan. I don't know if I'm that
Nah,
disciplined.
nah, definitely got this baby
You
step
said
because I was
nah.
pescatarian for like a year and a half. I was
Yeah.
pescatarian, nothing but seafood when it came down to my meats, and there's a lot of vegetables. For the most part, I mean, depends on what type of meat that you love, whether it's steak, chicken, or something like that. That's gonna be the hardest thing for the first few months. But then I you get past like I say the first 3 months, shit just go fly past. You ain't even thinking about it no more. You substituting all that stuff with seafood, so it wasn't bad.
Some of my big dogs, like I don't eat pork like that. Only time I
Yeah,
eat pork is like bacon, but I
yeah.
don't eat ribs. I don't eat
That's
pork
my
chops and
shit.
all that.
Yeah.
I don't eat too much red meat. Pause. I think lamb is better than steak. I'm here to say it
Oh,
now.
get the hell nah, man.
What?
You talking to
What?
the steak and rib connoisseur right here,
No, no, no,
goddamn
no,
it.
no, no. Lamb
I don't
is
know.
better than steak. Are you kidding
Nah.
me?
It might be healthier than
It
steak, but nah,
processed
man.
better in, in your system, dog.
Yeah.
A good lamb chop is amazing, dog.
I say that for another
You ever had
podcast.
it?
I ain't arguing with you about no damn steak and lamb. You can't compare them two.
What?
Hell nah, man. Hell nah. You gonna make me take them steaks out the damn freezer right now, the throw them and
Listen,
cook them right now, man.
listen, man. I'm telling you, man. I used to be really into both. I'm like, I don't know, man. That might be top contender, man. But you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. That's a tough one right there. But yeah, so I think that some of the things that really kind of hold me back sometimes, besides scheduling and working out, like it's like French fries at McDonald's for real.
How many times have we tried to record a pod for? What's this? February right now. Shit, since I say like the middle of January, and I go back to December till now. Look how long. There's so much shit. I almost wasn't able to record today. Like this shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's just boggling. But I'm gonna talk to you offline, where it's like, I found a little bit of a gap now, even at the second job. And for everyone listening, like I'm sure everyone can relate. Everyone who either have one job, two jobs, you gotta get up, you deal with all this stuff at work. So like, we actually do this because we actually, say very passionate about it. And you gotta be passionate about the things that you're into because we dedicate so much of our time at work. You know what I'm saying, to someone
Man,
else's
what?
stuff. So, even though we may be tired or burnt out, it's nothing worse than you got a plan in place
Hmm.
and it doesn't really come to no fruition because You pass out on the couch, or
Yeah, you
or in
burnt.
my
That's
case,
it.
sometimes you pass out on the fucking dog. Yesterday, when it fake snowed, right? So we're
Yeah.
like Maryland, DC area. When it fake snowed a little bit, I went to the store and it had to be like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was snowing like a mug, right? I fell asleep in the car in the middle. Like I was in this old BMW parking lot. Went to the store and was doing something in the car, and I passed out. When I woke up, it was no snow. The streets was clear. I was
God
just like,
damn.
oh my god. So just like, I understand what you're saying. Sometimes you can't do it because you got so much stuff going on. So it's just like, all right, let's go ahead and try to, what I'm saying, condense the schedule down so we'll be able to take everything that we can take care of. So we are here now. We are here to
Yes.
give you guys some content.
Back.
We get y'all kicking out. So let's get right into it, man. Super Bowl shocker, man. Who ever
Oh
thought?
man.
Who would have thought?
Kansas City. 3 fucking field goals. One of the highest scoring offenses in the league. It's fucking held to 9 points. Like that's the fix is in, man. The mob runs the NFL, man. Somebody had that talk with Mahomes and like, no, 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 not today. The same talk they gave Cam Newton. Cause ain't no fucking way, man. Ain't no fucking way. I
So,
blame us. I blame us. I blame the Dolphins for that shit. Cause when we laid the blueprint on how to play the Chiefs. But our pass rushing was on point in the second half of that game, man.
but that's the key. That's what and you listen to Stephen A today. Everybody saying, "Oh, this looks bad on Mahomes. You can't call him the GOAT. Can't call him this." Listen,
He's young. He's still young.
I don't want us to kind of, be all over the place. But since we here, all right, listen, Tom Brady is definitely a quarterback GOAT. Yes, yes, yes. Let's not get this twisted. All right, this playoff run and this season, all right, it's been up and down for Brady. Yeah, he
Oh
played
yeah.
good yesterday. He had 5 incompletions for the whole game. I understand that. He barely had over 200 yards. He played
Yeah.
okay. But the running game for Tampa and that front seven
Kept him alive. Leonard
kept
Fournette,
him
man. And
alive.
Jones.
That front
Yeah.
seven set the whole tone for not
Yeah. They
only
definitely did.
this game, but for the whole playoff run because they had to play every game on the road. And defensive running game traveled. Leonard Fournette needs to get credit. Um,
And
you know,
Jones.
uh, JPP needs to get credit. Sue needs to get credit. That linebacking core, they all need to get the game ball. Fuck Brady. He got enough MVPs, but fuck him. To me, he ain't earned it. And I think just because he got 6 rings and he just
They
switched,
gave it to him.
they gonna
And he
give it
got one
to him.
back. And they gonna give it to him, yeah.
I'm not saying that his accomplishments should be like sneezed and like glossed over. Tom Brady should be respected, even if they
Yeah.
would have lost yesterday. Like I was telling you earlier, the fact that they was able to win 3 playoff games on the road, be the first team to host a Super Bowl at home, basically, that's an
Yeah.
accomplishment. That's history. You know what I'm saying?
And no team has ever held that. Yeah.
He would have been upset that they didn't win, but that he still made history. So that's nothing to really, sneeze upon. But now that he's won, like some of these guys we hear, they're just going way overboard, way out of control. Now they feel like they got to diss, Bill Belichick and like the Patriots. But it's like,
Man, you don't think Bill Belichick is cooking shit up right now? You don't think this motherfucker is making a plan? He just seen Tom Brady. That's fuel for them.
I
That's
don't
fucking
think I
fuel.
don't think he needs Brady to really cook up for you. Listen, both guys were successful together. That was a great
Hmm.
tandem. All right. All right. Brady's won the Super Bowl outside of the whole Patriots organization. Amazing. But that doesn't mean that you need to like discredit Belichick because let's just keep
That
it
team had a lot of shit going on this
real. He's
season.
already like accomplished, a lot. And let's just take it back. Bill Belichick used to be the was our defensive coordinator with the Giants under
Hmm.
Bill Parcells. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people said that he can't win without Parcells. He went to Cleveland. He didn't win. That stuff got
Yeah.
louder, louder, louder. But when he won that first ring back in
Mm-hmm.
back in 01, 02,
One,
whatever,
yeah, yeah. Oh, one,
that
yeah.
right there took the whole, like the whole monkey off his back. Like, you know what? He could win without Bill Parcells. So now,
Mm-hmm.
fast forward, I'm not saying that even if Tom Brady would have lost, I would have said, "Oh, see, he can't win without being no, because he's already won. Getting this team to the Super Bowl, you already won. Hosting the Super Bowl, you already won. So I just wish that people would give like the respect both ways. Don't shit on the Patriots. Don't shit on Bill Belichick, whatever. Yeah, I understand about the whole cheating thing, but that's in the past. But everyone should be celebrated. And I don't want people shitting on Pat Mahomes. I've been hearing a lot of stuff. Oh, well, he ain't all like that. Look,
Oh no, ooh, you can't because
you know
they
what I
can
mean?
they can definitely
Like,
go right back next season again,
Pat
and the
Mahomes,
season after that.
I think, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think Pat Mahomes has only lost 4 professional games. If
Some
memory
shit
serves
like
me
that.
correctly,
Yeah,
15-1
something
last
like
year,
that.
14-2 this year. The year before that, I think there was 14-2 or 15-1.
Something
Like,
like that. Yeah.
this was his worst loss in his professional
Correct.
career.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. And he's still young. When he's like 24.
Like, they're not I mean, you have people that shitting on Andy Reid, shitting on Mahomes. Listen, Tampa's defense set the tone. Tampa's defense got them this ring. Yes, KC could have played better. They could have ran different. They could have ran different plays. They could have ran the ball a little bit more, especially when it was still 14-6 within that, you know what I'm saying, within the first half, going into the third quarter. They could have still ran the ball. They had at least 6 or 7 plays within Tampa's 30-35 yard line. So it was close. You know what I'm saying? So they had opportunities.
There's
They
some
didn't
damn penalties in the beginning,
they
man.
didn't they didn't take advantage of. They was undisciplined. I think there was one graphic where I seen 9 penalties for 101 yards, and Tampa had one penalty. So that right there, especially late in the second quarter, and Tampa has the ball and they're marching down the field, and it was a back-to-back pass interference call, and both times the ball's overthrown. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I
Mm-hmm.
think it was a play that was going for Evans, and I think him and what's the guy's name?
Tyrann Matthew.
No,
Is that?
no, was Breland, and they kind of
Yeah,
like tripped
Rashad
over each
Breeland.
other, whatever. But
Yeah.
if they would never tripped over each other, the ball was 10 yards. What's up? But for the mere
Yeah,
fact
he wasn't catching.
they got tangled.
But Brady, that he's notorious for doing that, getting those calls. Because even if he don't see nobody open, if he see any little engagement, he would always throw the ball in that
Yeah.
direction just to get the call. So yeah,
So we're gonna give Tom Brady his credit. Do you think that all the hype is do you think that he's overhyped, or all this is exactly what he needs, or what he's supposed to get?
it's a little bit of both. But I kind of say he's overhyped a little bit because you gotta look at that team. That team was fucking stacked. Don't get it twisted. If he was with the Patriots this season, they would have never won. They would have lost to probably the Bills or something in the playoff. That team was
They
stacked. He was
wouldn't
in
have
a
got to
weak
the playoffs.
NFC. Yeah, weak NFC. Come on now. He played the Redskins that had a losing record going into the playoffs. Second round. Who did they play in the second round?
They played the Saints, and the Saints was
Saints.
up 10-0.
The Saints fucked their money up too because Drew Brees.
The Saints was up 6-0, and they got a punt return touchdown. They got called back, and then
Yeah.
Drew Brees was throwing interceptions all over the field.
Yeah, look, they should have took him out. They should have took him out. They should have took him out. And the Green Bay, they shanked the money too. Tom Brady is a prolific game manager, I say, because every time, for the most part, when they won a Super Bowl, it's never really been no blowout. This probably been like the best one.
Exactly, and I'm not going to use the word luck, because every team needs luck. Every
Yeah.
team needs luck. There's actually, there's a lot of, what I'm saying, chemistry that goes into it. You need health. Momentum and vibe is everything. So there was some great momentum, like winning 3 road playoff games in those type of
Mhm.
fashion. situations and closing out the that game against the Green Bay Packers. They was up a lot of points, and Green Bay started coming back. So to hold
Yeah.
them off on the road, coming to Super Bowl, playing at home for Super Bowl, I think that was a lot of pressure, and no one would ever like even mention this. But I think that KC, that might have been a lot of pressure. I think that might have been the most pressurized team aspect ever in terms of, oh damn, we got to go play the Super Bowl, and these guys are playing at home. It was
At
basically a
home,
whole game
yeah.
straight up. I mean, and even though like the NFL let 20,000 fans come there, it was
Mm.
could have been easy 17,000 Buck fans in there.
It's
So
a stadium. It's a stadium. They just familiar in playing in, so they comfortable.
it's a
You know,
real,
yeah.
listen. It's so and it was so bad. I don't know if it was due to COVID, but KC didn't even get to Tampa till Saturday. And
Yeah.
usually for the Super Bowl, you there for a week. So
Yeah.
my
It holds a media week and all that shit. Yeah.
thing was okay, and this is probably far outside of scope. Maybe they should have got there a couple days early. Maybe they should have got there on Wednesday, practice in Tampa, try to get your legs up on it. Who knows? I don't know. But to arrive on Saturday, the day before the Super Bowl, Friday,
And
actually,
try to get some
that's
reps.
Friday. You know what I'm saying? They actually landed Friday, but that's still too close, man. That Friday,
Yeah.
Super
Not
Bowl,
enough time to get them reps in.
is not
Definitely
enough
not.
time. So, I mean, they had a lot of injuries. It is a lot to lose your left guard. He had Achilles injury, and you had to move your right guard to left guard. You put someone off the bench at right, so that messed the whole flow up. I don't care what no one says. So that messed your whole time. And like Mahomes was running for his life the whole game. He couldn't get to no flow the whole game. Credit Tampa. Yes, you got injuries. You have to play through your injuries. He even had an injury, but it was just Tampa Bay's time. Give them luck. But listen, the one thing I will say is KC would definitely be there. I can't say the same for Tampa. I can't say the
It depends on
same.
how they.
If
It
they really
depends on
meet up
how they
again
play.
next year, if they really meet up again next year, you will see exactly what happened during the first matchup this year when KC came in and blew the
Tore
door.
them out.
But
Yeah.
so you know what I'm saying, stating that now that we kind of move forward from the Super Bowl, what do you see? Do you see Tampa being more competitive? Do you think they can get back to the game? What do you see for both teams?
And now I don't got them really going back like that. If they go back, it's because again, Brady made that phone call again. It's like, look,
Got them envelopes full of hundreds, huh?
and the envelope full of hundreds, man. Don't mess up his political connects, man. But nah, I really don't got them going back because it's I don't. Every time I pick not Green Bay, I pick the Saints or the Seahawks. The Seahawks should have been there. They always mess the money up. They always mess the money up somehow. But I do think the team's gonna come out next season and be more competitive than it was this season. And it ain't gonna be no easy walkthrough because it ain't gonna be no team with no losing record going into the playoffs for one. And nah, I don't got them. I don't got them going back to the bowl. They can make the playoffs next year. Home field advantage. I ain't really seeing it like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, Kansas City, man. You can't Kansas City with long as that main core stay healthy. They any other season, man. Pick them to go. Pick them to go.
I think from the NFC side of the ball, I think that with the Rams getting, Stafford,
That's a
um,
game changer.
that was a big pickup because now he's in a different now he's in like the West Coast system, so you never know
Mm-hmm.
how they're going to be. They had like the top three defense. We don't know what the Saints are going to look like. We don't know if Breeze finally going to hang it up. We don't know what they're going to look like. So, and we don't know what Carolina going to look like. So, I mean, Tampa could win the NFC South. You know what I'm saying? That is possible, but again, it just depends on what the Saints do. Depends if Green Bay can get better, finally get over that super hump because they can get to the conference.
They wasn't supposed to be that good this year. They wasn't even supposed. Nobody saw them being that good
So
this year.
it's just that, you know what I'm saying? It just really depends if the Green Bay Packers can get an upgrade on the defensive side of the ball because offensively they can just get whatever they want. Defense is going to make that determination, but Kansas City, I think as long as they upgrade that offensive line,
I
as
can
long,
get a running back. Yeah.
as long as they can get another playmaker in the wideout, you know what I'm saying? I think they should bring back Bell. I think that if he can get in there for a whole off season training camp, you know what I'm saying, get his legs back under him, whatever, they should use Bell. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be a real key guy if they keep him. But if they get another
If they
wide
keep him.
receiver, somebody who can make some plays along with Hill, because at this point you don't want to be the team that's if you take this guy out, they ain't nothing. They need another guy. I mean, you got Kelsey up the middle, you know what I'm saying? You need another wide receiver because Sammy Walker's job washed up. I don't know if
He is. He ain't been good since the Bills, man. He ain't been.
injuries. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Maybe you know what I'm saying, playing in Buffalo fucked him. I don't know. But maybe you move him to the slot. But I think if KC could get another wide receiver, get the offensive line bulked up, and maybe bulk up on defense a little bit, they're gonna be back. They're
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
back.
without a doubt.
One game. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that if Kansas City had a couple games like this, or if they weren't as like explosive as they were, then
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, we'll be like, oh, well. But for me, the fact that they've been killing, they've been dominating, and if you really look at it, dog, during that whole playoff run for the last 3 years, they've been trailing in every game. So they got they,
Yeah,
they got the whole clutch gene now.
yeah.
Even
I mean, the halftime of the Super Bowl. Even Anders was talking about like, look, this game ain't over with yet. Like, cause they always play from behind and come back, but this time, right, for some strange reason, they couldn't do nothing. Like, it's shocking.
and hey, listen, just credit the Bucks and everything. Listen, Golden State Warriors had no business losing in 2016 to Cleveland. Shit happened, so maybe
Yeah,
this may be like a great thing to get them focused, get them
yeah.
motivated, get them healthy, and run it back again. I have confidence that KC can get there. I don't know about the Bucks because the NFC is topsy turvy. You just never
It
know.
is. You never know. You never know.
I don't know if I could trust Leonard Fournette for a second straight year or that defense for a second straight year. I gotta see it to believe it. You
That's
know?
another thing too. This for his ass to be healthy for that long and play. Tom Brady must have motivated his ass or something because Leonard Fournette is injury prone like a
Yep.
mug.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? AB got his ring, so it's all good, man. Sticking with the NFL before we kind of pivot through. So, the Hall of Fame, NFL, they just announced it yesterday. Peyton Manning kind of heads to class. Yeah,
He's
Charles.
getting there.
Um,
He should get in. And,
Yep. So they all gonna be in. You had what I'm saying, Johnson from the Lions, Calvin Johnson.
Calvin, no, he's not getting there. He's this resume. I don't
Oh,
think
they're
he
already
beat
in.
enough
They're already
resume.
in. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who they like announced yesterday.
Oh, them the finalists. Them
Those
people already
fine.
in.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, damn. Megatron made it in and playing what 7 seasons?
So
Was it
let's
7 seasons?
talk about it. So you got the floor. How you feel?
No.
On the
Shout
floor.
out to all the Lions fans, man. Shout out everybody, all the Lions fans going through all that turmoil y'all going through with that team. I feel for y'all like I do Cleveland, like us. But man, Megatron, no offense, he was a weapon. But Megatron, I don't think he had the I don't know, like the numbers is so like enough to really be, first ballot Hall of Famer like that. Like it's some other receivers that's been skipped over and that probably could have took that spot. Like that's kind of weird. Are they running out of like people to pick in the Hall of Fame now? This putting people in there by names. This ain't like a by name thing right here. Because I gotta look it up. Because what major records has fucking Megatron beat like that? Because it was always him and Julio going back and forth for the most part. So it's like it's weird for him and his ass to get in there first ballot. Like I don't. Nah, first ballot. That's not valid. Definitely not, man.
I mean, and he only played in 2 playoff games.
Two player good.
So
How many seasons? Seven seasons?
he
Is
played.
it seven?
He played 8 years. He played
8 years, and he got forced. He was forced pretty much to play the last year of that. He didn't even want to play his final season.
last year. So it says that throughout his career, he has 11,600 yards receiving, 83 touchdowns. Average 86 yards a game. He had 4,600-yard games. He had 5 200-yard games. Uh,
Okay.
and he almost finished with 2,000 yards in one season back in 2012, All Pro. So Calvin Johnson was a beast for sure. He was he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
he was definitely a beast. But one thing that doesn't make you look good is when you finally leave the Lions and then they get to the playoffs and win a playoff game.
Without your ass.
It doesn't help. But I think Calvin Johnson definitely stood out. Like, oh, Calvin Johnson, like off the rip. You
Yeah,
know,
like you
that's,
said that. Like
I mean, Chris Carter didn't get that. To didn't get that off rip. I'm
that's what
like,
I'm saying. It's receivers that's better than him that didn't get no nods. Like it's
I mean, you
and
got
they got hardware. They got hardware to back that shit up too. Like you
look,
said,
you got
Calvin Johnson didn't even make it to the playoffs like that. Like what the fuck?
look, you got Tim Brown, uh, Chris Carter, um, Andre Reed, so many guys.
Yeah, it's a
To
lot of seats. It's
hell,
a lot of receivers,
Chad
man.
Johnson hasn't even been mentioned yet. Since Sterling Sharp hasn't been. Now Sterling Sharp played 7 years. Now I need to look up his numbers, but now you set the whole precedent on. You know, you play under 10 years, you get a first ballot off rip.
First
Like
ballot. That's
Was elite. Calvin Johnson was elite, but was he elite to the point where, oh my god, he's so unstoppable? Because
no,
guess what?
no.
If you to ask me, Antonio Brown has had the better career than Calvin Johnson. He had eight
Oh yeah.
100-yard seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
100 catch seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hard to do. Have six to eight straight years of 100 catches or more. That's hard to do. So, you know, Chad Johnson needs to get in it now. It's like you
Yeah.
set the
He
dangerous
opened the
precedent.
floodgates.
Uh,
He opened up the
Marvin
floodgates now.
Harrison, you know what I'm saying? Like all these guys I mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Marvin Harrison and more. All these guys weren't off the top first. You know what I'm saying? First ballot. I think Randy Moss was, but it's like, come on, like it's so many
That's
wide
Randy. Yeah,
receivers,
it
like
is.
who were dope. So, um, this is the total class. So you got Calvin Johnson, Alan Flanagan, Charles Woodson, John Lynch,
Mhm.
Peyton Manning. You had a coach Tom Flores, he was an old school coach.
Tampa Bay got somebody getting in the Hall of Fame too.
Yeah,
Oh,
John Lynch. I mean
oh.
everything landed. Listen, it all landed in place, man. It all landed in place. It's like it's almost getting to the point where it's like the NFL Hall of Fame is a joke because like you're not even basing it on pure stats and impact. You just
Yeah,
on who is the nice
names.
guy in the media. Now, listen,
Hmm.
I could be 100% wrong, but that's how it feels. You're only putting people in who are super nice, who are clean stuff
Hmm.
out. No, it ain't about that. It's about
That
what
that
you
that and that's my you just proved my point right there too because I was just gonna touch on this. To we ain't gonna never see To making it in no Hall of Fame. To is
he.
blackballed.
I mean, he's in it, but it took him 3 tries.
Mm.
He's in the Hall of Fame. It took him three tries.
How many chances you get? Four.
It's unlimited. I think to
Mm.
like a degree, but Randy Moss on the first year of
Yeah,
eligibility,
he
he
got it.
got which he should have gotten.
Yeah,
To
he
on
got
the
it.
first year, he should have got it.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
Chris Carter on his first year, he should have got it. It's so many guys who should have gotten first ballot author who deserve it. I don't mean get some left tackle who we don't really know about and he gets
Mm.
first ballot. Like, you know, I think first ballot should be tailor made to those exclusive, productive players who's out of this world.
Hmm.
And the first ballot,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
It's just that I don't want, and same thing for like the NBA. I don't want the Hall of Famer to be like a little league. We all going to get like a participation trophy because we like no. You put the players who should have been in there. Like I even had a problem with Yao Ming getting in the All Star and getting in.
Yeah, Yao Ming don't really. I mean, I guess for the international
Played
flair,
amazing. Yao Ming was great, but his career was cut short. Bill Walton, same
yeah,
thing. It was like
yeah,
we're not saying that
injuries.
these guys weren't talented, but to make them first ballot, I have a problem with that. So
Hmm.
very interesting. So before the game, they had all the Hall of Fame was their finalists on the field, which is a great look for them. But when I seen Calvin Johnson, like, is that Megatron? Oh, I forgot all about Calvin Johnson because the last memory I heard of Calvin Johnson is he went to training camp, took the 1.5 million or whatever, and so he didn't want to play no more.
He didn't
And he
want
was
to play no
flirting
more.
with retirement. He was flirting with retirement 3 years prior to that in his
Yeah,
prime. It's like, come
yeah.
on, dog. Like you just took all this money and the
He said
Lions.
he was injured, man. He was hurt. He was hurt, man. The pain, the
He
pain, the
didn't want to play no
pain.
more. Listen, who am I to really criticize him? We don't know how he felt physically, but my thing is the one thing I will give him credit for.
Yeah,
If he ain't want to play no more, he ain't force it. He said, you know what, let me just go ahead and go.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and go.
Hmm.
So I don't
He was
know,
on his
man.
Barry. He was on his Barry Sanders. He was on his
Yeah,
Barry Sanders.
I don't know, man. I guess he just needed to get some self gratification. Who knows, man? But listen, man, let's just pull forward, man. Let's just push forward. So listen, man, NBA stuff, man. NBA is in
Yes,
full
yes.
swing. There's a lot of stuff going on in the league and a lot of good stuff, a lot of interest. Listen, man, let's give your team a shout out, man. Sacramento, man. Y'all on the winning streak, man. What's going
That that that
on in
Western.
Sacramento?
Have you seen the stats? Have you seen the record pause the Western Conference right now?
Yeah.
From the ninth rank, the ninth team on up. That shit
Yeah, they
is
all
fucking
separated by
close.
like 3 games. Three, four
Three
games.
games is yeah,
So
three
early.
games exactly.
So
It's
early.
still early, but man, that shit right now, this is getting real out here. And shout out, we finally starting to realize how to draft by getting Burton, whatever his name is. We finally starting to learn.
I
Just
mean,
hopefully he stay with the team.
he's all right. Yeah,
Just hopefully he stay with the team, man.
he's all right, man. Hopefully they can get him play some defense, but
Yeah.
we ain't gonna take nothing away from your squad. Your squad is playing well lately. Had some great wins. You beat the Clippers the other night. You went 4 in a row. So y'all are doing it for right now. Do you think y'all have a chance to get into the playoffs realistically? Because right
I got
now,
us probably fighting for the eighth
as
seed.
of today, if the playoffs are today, you are the Sacramento Kings. You're the
The
only
eighth seed.
Sacramento Kings fan I know on the East Coast. You're 12-11 right now. Sacramento.
Ooh.
This ain't 2001, 2002.
One
Christmas.
game over 500. One game over
Listen,
500.
man, y'all have done a great job, man. Like I said, you're on the 4 game winning streak, man. I
Let's just
think
hope they keep that consistency though, because that whole thing, like they don't never be fucking consistent. It always up and down, and then it's going to slump and kick themselves off the playoff.
so. Besides your Sacramento Kings, give me some of your some of your surprises and some of your disappointments in terms of teams so far.
Well, we was talking about early. One of the surprises. I mean, it's not really a surprise because this is my rookie of the year, but the Hornets right now, man, is coming out of nowhere and shit. The East right now is we watching the resurgence of the East right now. Like some teams is coming around that we slept on and wasn't talking about like that and really doing their thing right now. Like if you look at it right now, the playoff starts. What the hell would the Hornets be at right now? Like the sixth,
Number 6.
yeah, sixth ranked team right now. Like shit, like it's crazy right now in the Eastern Conference. The Wizards. Oh my god,
We'll talk about
man.
the Wizards in a minute because we got a
Oh
long.
my god.
But
It's
listen,
something, man. It's
I
something.
mean, if the Wizards could get on a little win streak, they could be right. Listen,
They can be right back in there, but are they gonna go on that win streak though? That's the thing. Are they gonna go on that streak?
listen, the one thing I noticed this year out of the NBA, and it's going to get to a point of the season where you can't use, oh, it's still early, because at this point, it
Almost a
will get to a
midway
point
point.
where
Yeah.
it is going to get to like a point where it's like, you know what, you are who you are right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't got time to make it up. You know what I'm saying? But I think some of the surprises, and it's still super early right now. Give
The
credit
Suns too.
give credit to the Knicks, man. They're like 11 and
Knicks
14.
been balling. Knicks
The Knicks
tape.
are playing fire. The Knicks are playing together. They just made a trade, so Derrick Rose is going back.
So
So
Knicks. Who did they give up?
the second round pick and Dennis Smith Jr.
I'm glad Derrick Rose gone, man, because he did not need it. Blake need to go too, man. They don't need to be on that sinking ship. I would not. I would definitely try to opt out my contract and to stay in Detroit.
Detroit, man. I think what I'm saying, the Pistons need to just tear everything down.
Yeah, because they already got rid of one of their best players with Woods when he sent them over to Houston. Like
Think
I
they can
don't.
tear them down. I think. Well, let me just start with the most disappointing teams for right now. And I understand that we got COVID going on. I understand we got injuries. So I have a few. The Miami Heat, one of the teams that's kind
Man.
of disappointing right now. Even though Toronto's eighth right now, but they've been really up and down, topsy turvy
Yeah,
all
yeah.
year. Another team, the Dallas Mavericks, is surprising.
The bottom of the fucking West, the
They're
bottom
second.
worst team.
Yeah. So,
Oh, Pelicans. The Pelicans leaped them.
right now the Pelicans are like maybe a half a game above them. Pelicans are
Oh,
10
so
up.
they leaped them. Yeah, they leaped them because I was
So
about to say, yeah.
yeah, so you got the Mavericks, you got Miami, you got Toronto.
No,
Um,
Toronto. Toronto is the team. That's the team we expected Toronto to be. They actually being the team because after
I mean,
Kawhi
I
left,
didn't.
nobody
I
expected them.
expected it to be better, to be honest with you.
Nah.
Um, Another team that's really disappointing, and this is based on how they started the season. Orlando, and I think once
Mm,
our folks got hurt, it
yeah.
just took their whole momentum out. Because now, mind you,
Mm-hmm.
Orlando was actually balling.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a winning record. They was hooping. So Markel Fultz got a torn ACL. From that moment, they nosedive. They completely know they're now sitting at 9 and 15, 3 games out of last place, and it's just that they stopped playing defense. The scoring it's just
Yeah.
erratic.
I
Aaron
think they
Gordon,
gave up.
Aaron
I
Gordon
think they
has to
gave up.
step up at this point. You know what I'm saying? You got Cole Anthony. He's a rookie, but you know what I'm saying. Their starting centers. Oh, I mean, he's always hooping. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Vucevic is always hooping, but Orlando needs to kind of step up.
Yeah, he
Um,
could. He a stretch. Yeah, he definitely could hoop, but he kind of getting up there too a little bit, man.
yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna say this next team, and people gonna like, man, what you talking about? You crazy? The LA Lakers are number 2 in the West right now. They're on a current 4-game winning streak. The thing that I'm concerned with the Lakers is they're 0-2,
The
and
winning
they're
team.
no, they're 0-2. You know, they're 0-2. You know what I'm saying, within their division. They got a
Oh yeah,
bad
who they?
they got a bad home record, man. They lost some game. Look, they got a better, you know, say, record on the road than at home. You can't win a championship like that, bro.
Yeah, I don't
You
got them
can't-
winning no championship this year
you
because
cannot
I think
right
everybody
now.
good.
This
Yeah.
right now their record away is 12-2. At home they're 6-4. But that's misleading because they're on a 4-game winning streak. But prior to that winning streak, they was under 500 at home.
Mm.
4 of their 6 losses have come at home. But that's unacceptable. You know what I'm
And
saying?
the mediocre teams are dead too. Don't get it twisted. Like they ain't
Even
really
some of the good
losing.
teams. Even some of the good
Okay.
teams. Like, I think that with their record, I think that this year is different from last year, where last year they started this amazing start. They were killing everybody, especially all the sorry teams. It was winning everything at home, killing all the sorry teams. I think this year, and I understand they got the short, like the short off season, but I think that people are starting to figure them out a little bit, and I think at the end of the day, with their bad guard play and like the bad bench, that's going to come to haunt them in the playoffs. I think
Oh, yeah.
they don't got as much defense like that up front anymore. You know what I'm saying? JaVale's gone, Dwight
He's
Howard.
gone. He's gone. Yeah.
I don't trust Dennis Schroeder all like that. I mean,
Oh man, yeah.
he
He the only bright
can
spot on
play.
that team.
He can play, but when it gets down to it, do you trust Dennis Schroeder against Jamal Murray? Do you trust him against Dame? Do you trust him against some of the elite guards that he's gonna have to play on both ends? Because like Dennis Schroeder, I think he's one of the most immature players in the league. Like he just does like stupid shit. Like he just does like little dumb shit on purpose and just get into little dumb shit on the court. Like I've watched Dennis Schroeder do dumb shit when he was in Atlanta. He was a starter
Yeah,
and got benched.
yeah.
Just like again, he's good and he played well last year along with Chris Paul, so he earned those minutes. But I don't trust him at all. I don't
Oh
trust
man.
Alex Caruso,
Oh
uh,
nah.
Caldwell Pope. Like I mean, yeah, they came and played clutch last year. We not gonna take nothing from them. I want to see you do it again. I want to see you do it. And to be honest with you, I think Anthony Davis needs to play better. He's been playing kind of soft this year. I don't care what
Mm.
nobody say because Anthony Davis should be averaging 32 and 15.
Hey,
In
crazy
certain
double
games,
double.
AD just want to shoot jumpers and just he AD
Finesse.
light skin basically. I mean,
Yeah, he want finesse.
I'm offended. I ain't trying to offend nobody. AD playing light skin. He is light skin, but he's playing light skin. He needs to do better. You know, so he's playing
You
soft.
think that was a good pickup for the Lakers by getting what's the old boy from the center from the Clippers? Is that ain't really panning out?
Montrez,
Yeah,
Montrez.
Montrezl Harrell.
I mean, Montrez is a good pickup. They had to get him. They had to get him.
Yeah, they
I,
lost. Yeah, the
Montrez,
White McGee. Yeah.
I think Montrez brings a lot of heart. I think he plays. You know, what I'm saying, brings a lot of effort. He's not gonna quit on any kind of plays at all. And he always plays with that ultimate chip on his shoulder. Back when he's in Louisville in college, being undersized, and always had to play. So he'll always have that chip. He'll always have that motor. It's just that when it really comes down to it, do the Lakers have enough outside of AD and on LeBron? Do they have enough? Can you expect
No,
LeBron in year 18 being 36? Yes,
no,
he's been amazing. Can you expect him to say, you know what? I'm gonna go full throttle on both
no,
sides of the court.
nope, not full. Unless they put him on serious minutes restriction. I think LeBron really owes AD like a lot for fucking that championship last year. Because if it wasn't for him, man, being an underdog role, playing that second
Yeah,
fiddle, keeping
AD
them
played
ass in
well.
game.
AD played great in the postseason. He was the
Yes,
equalizer. He was the person when
yes.
AD decides he wants to put his ass to the basket and back the
Hmm.
person down and really wreak
Hmm.
havoc down low, then they're a different team. But when AD want to
Hmm.
shoot 20-foot jumpers, 3-pointers, step backs, he can hit them, but you're bailing out the defense, in my opinion.
You is, you
But
is,
all
you is.
fans are gonna say that, yeah, I'm hating. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you guys see the film, you guys watch the game, and also, and this is kind of baffling. And you mentioned something earlier, and it kind of like went over me for a second, but even right now, as we're doing this pod, they're at home against Oklahoma City, who is 10-12, and they're down.
Yeah, yeah, they're still down. Yep, they're still down.
Pistons in double overtime because the Pistons was on the verge of sweeping it like the season series. So it's like,
Hmm.
what is going on with the Lakers against sub 500 teams that they got to put
Hmm.
in, and those are the games that's going to cause them to lose a lot of
They
their legs.
lose their spot. Yep, they could drop down to fucking fourth seed, third
Or,
seed. Yep.
or let's say even if they do pull out the victory, but you're expecting LeBron to go 200 miles an hour against the Cavaliers, against the Knicks.
Nah. Don't get me wrong, he can
Against
do it, but that LeBron is gone. That LeBron, he left
LeBron,
that LeBron in Cleveland the first time he left. He left that shit in Cleveland. LeBron whole game play, his whole style of way he played changed since when he went to Miami to when he went back to Cleveland. to even when he with the Lakers. Like it's a different LeBron. Like that scoring
Face
fast
up
paced LeBron. Yeah, exactly. That shit is over with. Don't get me wrong. His defense went up tremendously a lot when he went to Miami. Chase down blocks and all that stuff. They went up, but
He
man, nah,
had to
LeBron.
because that was the culture. He had to.
Yeah. And so now for LeBron to be fucking the ask for a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's an MVP conversation this year because he's
Oh
still
yeah.
putting up numbers. Yeah, without a doubt, he's still putting up numbers. But I don't know, man. They need a third. They need a third. They
They
definitely need
need
a
they need
third.
they need a third person, and that third person has to be a guard. I think they need somebody that could
Facts.
because
Somebody create their own shot.
at
Yeah.
this point you got Caldwell Pope who is stuck to the corners, right? He
He's a
can't.
bailout. He's the bailout guy.
He could do nothing else besides shoot from the corner. Now, to his credit, he's been making them, but that's all he can do. He can't do shit else. Kyle Kuzma is so erratic. He'll give you
Mm-hmm.
one game with 26. He's doing everything, and
One
then
game,
another
60
game.
points.
All he doing is shooting fadeaway, off balance threes from all over the court. Dumbass runners, not even going to the hole. I think he needs to go. I think he needs to get into a situation in Miami. Let me say this before we move on. Cal Kuzma is one of the players that is so annoying because you can see he has skills. He has his size and skills. It's like, are you not working on your game?
Yeah,
Like,
I got something to that. I got something to that. I think Kyle Kuzma got hurt when they made that trade to the Pelicans. Because him and Lonzo was building that chemistry, and Lonzo was putting him up there to make him look like, yeah, like he was that good. And then when you take that security blanket away, now you out there, you got to create sometimes your own shot, or now that spotlight on you because now you playing with LeBron now, and everybody see this shit. I don't think he was really. I think it's mental. I think it's mental with him. They talk about Markel. I mean, yeah, Markel Fultz having mental problems, like trying to get over humps and stuff. I think Kyle Kuzma need to unlock his game, and he can't do it because there's so much pressure on that team.
do you also do you throw in the fact that he's wearing
Pumas, no, don't start, don't fucking start on the Puma
he
shit.
wearing Pumas? Listen, he's been a different player, man. I'm saying, listen, when he was hooping in Nikes, he was totally different, man. And since he wore them
What,
Pumas, ankle
nah, man, you
injuries.
can't even say that because what he in his second year. He in his second year of that deal with Puma. How
Mm-hmm.
long? That deal was like 3 years ago. So he had that grace period 1 year the fucking rock out. But I don't know, man. That's just I think it's a mental thing, man. Because he hear all this insight. He hear
This
all this shit.
this is sneakers matter. Listen, we talked about it on the
Yeah,
other. Terry
it definitely
Rozier
do.
first year playing in Pumas, he was whack, man. Because when he was hooping in Nikes and hooping in Kobe's, especially when he was with Boston, he was hooping. But he's playing better. He's playing better now. You know what I'm saying? Um, who's your rookie of the year so far?
Huh?
Who's your rookie of the year so far?
Oh, you already know, man. You already know who I'm going with, man. Big B's in the building, man.
He's
You
LaMelo.
already know. You
I like
already. I couldn't wait for that nigga. I could not wait for that nigga to come into the league, man.
Oh, I wanted him to go to the Warriors so bad. Now, mind you, James Wiseman is
He
playing
doing his
well.
thing. He doing
He's
his
actually
thing, man.
injured now, and I think that's going to be you know what I'm saying, like a race towards the end between him and him and Ball. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think it'll
definitely.
um
No Halliburton. No Halliburton. No Halliburton in there.
no, not for,
Because it's a
not for rookie of
Sacramento
the year.
Kings.
Not for rookie of the year. Like
It's still early in the season, man. It's still early.
unless Halliburton comes in and he takes the starting spot from Hill and he just killing, that'd be something different. But I mean, he's in a great situation right now. He can shoot the ball, and you know he got Luke Walton. Luke Walton loves young. It's a young player, so I don't think that he's going to be in a situation where he's not going to get the chance. You know what I'm saying? I think for Sacramento, their whole vision is we got to get back to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to sacrifice one guy to get rookie year just for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Fox is playing good. They talk about him possibly making the All-Star game.
Yeah, and he don't even want to play.
And you know what? Sacramento's showing me a lot right now. Whereas, you used to say this all the time. Yeah, Sacramento. I mean, they ain't gonna do shit all year until the last month of the year, and they're gonna win 16 out of 20 games. Get people psyched up.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Cause they like you look at most of the bad teams. The bad teams in the league always have a team stack. I don't care what a team stack of collegiate fucking ballers. But it's some strange reason they can't. It's that transition or something to the NBA, and they
Bad
can't. I
coaching.
don't know.
I think it's the
It might be.
I think it's a combination of bad coaching, bad organization, and also bad personal habits. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
even if you're in a bad situation in the off season, y'all get money. In the off season, you need to go holler at somebody. You need to go holler at a Paul Pierce or Keem
Jalen
Olajuwon,
Rose, anybody? Yeah.
Steve Nash, somebody who was a former MVP, someone who has stature in the league, who
That's the
have
thing.
offensive
Yeah.
skills, pick their
Yeah.
brain. That's why I know what I'm saying.
I mean,
God
some
rest.
players you hear some players doing that. You hear some players even like you was about to say with Kobe. You hear some players working with KG.
Working. But you could tell that some of those players, even with Devin Booker, and
Hmm.
before he started, climbing up, he was in the same boat in terms of, yeah, he's good and he's gonna give you some numbers, but
That's it.
he's one
That's it.
dimensional, but
He's
then
a scorer.
he had to go see Kobe, he had to go see
Oh,
some other
mhm.
guys, work on his game, be more than just a 3-point shooter, go to the hole, work on your handle. So I just think that young guys in the league, they have to really work on your game. Go see Gilbert Arenas. Go see
Mhm.
Dwayne Wade. All these guys who are amazing offensive guys in their era, in their prime. Go and pick their brain, not to be just like them, but learn how to get better shots on the floor. Learn how
Mhm. How to read defenses
to
exactly.
try to make a more impact on the game besides what you normally do. And that's why when you see guys like Marvin Bagley Jr. or
Oh my God.
Otto Porter Jr.
Oh.
um, and other guys who have a lot of tools, but they just can't put it together. It gets down
Hmm.
to you. It comes down to you. What are you going to do to invest in yourself to play better and to get better? Because it gets to a certain point where you can't blame the organization all the time. That's why I used to get on Ben Simmons so much to the point that I almost like despise him because like you got guys like Stephen A, all these guys saying you like the second coming of LeBron, you this and that, you just so amazing, but
They're not shooting.
you refuse to work on your offensive game. And if you do work on your offensive game during the summertime, guess what? Don't post up pictures on social media. You shooting
Hmm.
threes or floaters. You ain't gonna use that shit during the regular season. That shit is
Yeah.
counterfeit. That
Yeah.
shit. You know what that shit is?
It's for clout. It's for clout.
It's a listen, a new era cap. It's all cap. That's all. That's
Okay.
all. That's all it is. Don't show me what you're doing in the summertime if you're not going to use it in game action. And
Exactly.
these young guys got to also understand is like once you get to year 4, year 6, you kind of who you going to be unless you totally transform your game. You know what I'm saying? If
You
you
got more. I think got more expectancy, longer life expectancy in the NBA. You might be able to change because some players they was able to change, but for the most part, yeah, they might be. It depends, like you said, situation. If you in a right situation, like you was a bad, fucked up coaching situation before, and it is
Mhm.
hindered your development and all that shit, then yeah, all right, you in your fourth year, you fuck probably. But if you go to the right situation, like a Spurs with Popovich,
Yeah,
or like a fucking like a Miami, we got Spolsters and fucking Pat did. Like, yeah, it depends on the not the chemistry, but the
yeah, just
what
overall
I'm
culture of the team.
yeah, the culture. Yeah, the culture. Yeah, exactly. Gotta get that winning mentality. You shit, look what like you look at them. Look what the Tom Thibodeau is doing with New York. The workaholic coach.
All
He
that's
couldn't do
pride.
nothing.
All that's pride. Listen, Shaq says this all the time on TNT. He said, "You know
Mm.
what? You can win 30 games just by playing hard.
Yeah, facts.
You just gotta come. You just got to be. You just have to want to play.
Hmm.
Earn your money. Come and play. Have some professional pride. Everything else is gonna take care of itself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
shout out to the Knicks. They're actually playing hard.
yeah.
Another team that you and I both wrote off early as counterfeit.
Atlanta is
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Atlanta. I was about to ask you about
Bro,
Atlanta,
I still
man.
don't trust.
Atlanta, man.
I still don't
Yeah.
trust.
Nah, they ain't going. They if
I
they
still don't
squeak
trust
into
them.
the playoffs seventh, well, they might still at
Yeah,
8 seed from them, but
they'll get swept.
Atlanta, yeah, they looking all right. They looking all right.
Yeah, all right, man. I don't really
Yeah,
trust
all
them.
right.
Listen, I think once Miami and listen, even the Cleveland Cavaliers, even though they're not going
Looking
anywhere,
all right.
but
They looking okay.
they're starting to try to win some games. Is like teams like that. Even if you don't make it to the to the playoffs, but when you get better from what you were previously, where you're like every year you got a top 5 pick every year, even if you only
Yeah.
win 30 games, that's a big improvement. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And especially with the Cleveland Cavalier roster, well, all they got is forwards and centers anyway.
Shit don't
You
make no
know,
sense,
I
man.
don't understand it either. And they got rid of a guard. You know what I'm saying? They kind of got rid of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, man. We need to have a discussion about that dude, man. Interesting guy, man. They got rid of, man. His story is something crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely wild. And another surprising team for me, um, of course, Golden State's hanging in there with all the injuries. They're basically playing small ball right now. So they're
Yeah,
at 500 right now. Um, I think they lost today. They lost 2 in a row,
yeah,
but
they lost today. Yeah,
I think they're going to be in the thick of things for that seventh, eighth, spot right now, unless they make a trade. My Portland Trailblazers right now, number 7 at 12-10. I think they battle a
ooh,
lot of injuries, so I hope that they can kind of get on the up and up. Right now, we're only a game and a half out of the 5th seed, so I mean, Phoenix is playing well. I'm surprised they're still hanging in there.
and Phoenix, man. That Chris Paul, man, coming down there. You talking about culture change?
But you know who's the most important player of the Phoenix Suns? DeAndre Ayton. If
Oh
he can
yeah,
if
he's
he can
panning
come
out.
to play, if he has his motor going, if he can work on his offense game some more, where he go, right hand hook, left hand hook,
Hmm.
shoot his jumper and be an impact in the middle, then again that could be another team that could possibly give the Lakers some issue because now you got Ayton who's like
Hmm.
size 280. He can kind of move his
Back to the
feet.
basket too.
He
Yeah.
can kind of move his feet. So even if AD want to get on the outside or want to do his thing, you got Aiden who kind of stand in front of him, and he can try to block the shot or at least put a hand up. You know what I'm saying?
You get tested, yeah.
San Antonio's playing well. No one's expected them to be 14-10 right now.
Man, you can't never. San Antonio is the fucking Patriots of the NBA. Like you can't never coach a Popovich team out. You
No,
can't
but
never count them out.
listen, even what we just said a few minutes ago was about the Knicks playing hard. San Antonio's always going to play hard. They're going to be
Mhm.
disciplined. They're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to play the right way, and they're a couple pieces away from being, explosive again. It's just one of those things where San Antonio's not always like the free agent, landing spot or like that.
They like to develop their players. I see for the most part. They
Yeah.
develop most of their players.
And they're doing all this, though. I thought Aldridge was out the league. Like I haven't heard shit
Nope.
about Marcus Aldridge.
DeMar DeRozan. You
Like,
hear highlight from him from time to time,
like
but
Marcus Aldridge, man, it's like I don't know if he's about to be a dinosaur now. Like you just haven't heard anything. Like this dude is getting
he just
like
went to the All-Star game. Two
3 years
seasons
ago.
ago. Yeah, 3 years ago
His
now. Yeah, he
game
went
is
to the All-Star game.
regressed. LaMarcus Aldridge's game has regressed. He's just shooting jumpers now.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's it. He ain't no more back to the basket. I mean, he always had a little jump shot, but yeah,
But they're playing well, man. But the one team I want to get a shout out to before we get into our main thing about the NBA before we get out of here. Let's I'm gonna give a shout out to the Houston Rockets, man, because they've endured so much with this whole James Harden fiasco early in the year, and they're about maybe this is their 10th or 12th game since the whole trade, maybe around 12 games. And the thing that I love about the Houston Rockets right now is that they're playing with a lot of pride. Again, this is the
Yeah,
whole theme of today's show, playing with pride and also having a lot of, you know what I'm saying, heart about what you want to do because they all could have folded. Wall, you know what I'm saying, Cousins, everybody say, you know what, let's hurry to see those because we ain't gonna be back. No, they have a
yeah,
purpose. They have a sense of purpose. This whole team, whether it's John Wall come back from injuries, Cousin come back from injuries, Oladipo trying to get back into his All Star form.
yeah.
You got all these guys that's in this whole mixture where it's like, you know what, we're gonna try to prove everybody wrong. Even if we just missed the playoffs, but we're not a easy lick on the you know what I'm saying, schedule. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be one of the teams that, oh, you know what I'm saying, we got Houston today. That's gonna be a dub. No, 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 no.
Mhm.
You gotta come and play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's probably because like they got a whole bunch of people on that team that's trying to prove something. They got a lot out to prove, not to sleep on us. Like you look at, like you saying, like John Wall, whenever he fucking comes back, he got a lot to prove. They can still play, so he can have big games like how he played against the Wizards and beat up on them. Fucking DeMarcus coming back off a crazy injury like how he did. He wanted to come
Super
play.
injury.
Victor might be auditioning for the next team he goes to. I hope he stays with Houston for some strange reason. I don't want him to keep bouncing around team to team to team to team.
Go to
But
state
you know, all these huh? Go man, Golden State get him. That's that firepower.
this
Well, that'll
year.
be a
They
crazy.
should try to get them this year
But who
for
they gonna give up? They gotta give up somebody for him though. They gotta come up off something or some draft picks. They gotta know how to come up off something. And
I'll definitely get
Eric Gordon trying to prove himself too. He's trying to prove himself coming back, you know. So they
yeah.
definitely got like players on the team that's trying to build themselves up, you know, and win games and prove that they can win without James Harden. And that's the whole thing I got on that. They trying to do. Their whole priority is to win games without James Harden. Don't make him be, you know, the fucking person that got over in this trade. Like, nah, motherfucker, we still a winning team too. We got all stars on the team too. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
and it also gives you like a little glimpse into what they could have been if James Harden just would have just came to actually play,
Hmm.
came and acted like this is his team, this is his city. Even if he wanted to leave, the way how he handled this whole situation. I know they were 2-3 weeks behind in terms of when that whole trade happened, but
Yeah.
and again, my brother, we give him too much airplay today, but he was
Hmm.
like, he and I argued for 2 weeks because he's giving James Harden the ultimate pass. Oh, well, he wanted to get out of there. He had every right. No, no, no. You could want to get out of your whole situation all day, but it doesn't mean that you come and play with no effort. You're out of shape. You're putting yourself in safety issues when you going traveling around. You can get people COVID,
Hmm.
and you just throwing your teammates underneath the bus, trying to pump rookies, and you're throwing your whole coaching staff underneath the bus. It's like, come on, man. Like James Harden, James Harden's legacy is the Houston Rockets. I don't care. I don't care if even if what I'm saying, Brooklyn wins this year. His legacy is tied to Houston because that's where he made his
He's
bones.
had the long, yeah, he's with that
Yes,
team the longest.
yes, he played well when he was with OKC, but he was a sixth man. When Houston gave him the opportunity to be the franchise leader, and when they brought him in 2012, and for 8 years, he ascended from sixth man to MVP
Oh,
candidate. He went
hmm.
to all NBA. He signed a massive shoe deal, I'm saying, with Adidas. So his whole profile was completely, I'm saying, blown up once he got to the Rockets because he put the work in. He became, I'm saying, elite, but also within that time period, there was a lot of cases where he dropped the ball, especially playoff time. James Harden has to prove that he can get it done in the playoff. We know he can get all NBA. We know he can
Hmm.
get all-star games, triple doubles, this, that, and the third. We know about all that. Now it's about the big games. It's like the games that actually matter the most. And I think that for right now, he has completely burned down his whole legacy in
Oh
Houston.
yeah,
He conducted himself like if he was to like call it quits tomorrow, like Houston's not gonna give him no love when it's time for him to go to the Hall of
uh,
Fame unless he
definitely not.
build that you know what I'm saying like that relationship back. You have to build it because they give him everything. You
Hey,
got
they gave him the keys.
MVP guys, you got all NBA guys, coaches. Hell, you had the best record in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? You had the Warriors on the road. You was up 3-2. Like it's like everything is an excuse, but you got all the credit, but you should also get a lot of the blame for why they didn't succeed. But this year, this whole punk shit he pulled this year with Houston, I'm glad Houston's where they are right now. They are playing with
Um,
a sense of purpose. And
yeah, they don't got no chip on their shoulder like Brooklyn do right now. Brooklyn got a big chip on their shoulder. It's like fuck, it's finals or bust for the most part. Houston don't got no chip on their shoulder. They just playing this to play.
yeah, and they're just playing hard. And I think that once I think Brooklyn has to get itself together. It's the only thing I'm concerned about Brooklyn. You got Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, and they're not the most defensive guys in the world.
Nope. You
Steve
remember that Phoenix Suns team?
Steve Nash is going to have to coach for real, even if it's his first coaching stint. He's going to need a coach for real. They got to play defense, man. You cannot. They the last 5 games they give them over 120 points. You cannot win the championship like they
Yeah, but I
did.
think I think they're gonna make a pick. They're gonna make a trade. They definitely gonna make a trade. Either
Yeah.
trade some picks
Who they
away.
gonna
They need to
trade?
get they need to trade for somebody to get two defensive players. They need to get a defensive big, and they need to get a guard that can fucking
And
guard
they
up.
had that, and they traded them. You
Yeah,
had
that was
Levert,
crazy.
you
I
had
would have
Levert,
kept
you had
Allen.
Allen.
I would have kept Allen. I ain't, and I would have kept Levert too. I would have. I don't know.
This is
Spencer Dinwiddie. I would
this
have
is
kept him.
my opinion. They and listen, this is all done now. But I was one of the few people that said, you know what, Brooklyn needs to stand pat right now. They need to stand pat. They need to figure this out because even though the KD and Kyrie are not playing together first time, they didn't have the finals or bust expectation because KD is fresh off in the Achilles,
Injury.
Kyrie fresh off the show. So we already knew, okay, they're gonna work themselves
Mm-hmm.
out. We expect
Yeah.
to be inside the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, Dinwiddie gets hurt. He's out for the year. You know what I'm saying? Levert is gone. You traded him. You traded Allen. You traded some other pieces. Now, mind you, I'm saying Levert is out because he got some stuff with his kidneys or whatever. But you need Jared Allen. You need some type of defensive presence because you can't rely on DeAndre Jordan all day.
Jordan, no, nope.
But that's
Sure
not
the
the
hell can't.
but the major problem, dog, is the guards. You know what I'm saying? So it means that Kyrie got to step up on defense, and James Harden has to step on. They had to step up on defense. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, um, they're doing everything with offense and passing the ball. No, 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 no. They have avoided playing defense their whole career, especially James Harden. If they want to
Oh
win the
yeah,
ring, I expect them to win the ring. I expect Brooklyn to win because guess what? Iron sharpens iron. You know, iron's going to sharpen iron. Like you can't have those three amazing guys and not be able to pull it together. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. That's the whole thing.
I think they can get there. It's just they need continuity and they need to play better defense. But this whole COVID thing though, dog, is like it's really gonna like health and luck is gonna be able to I'm saying dictate who's gonna win because if you look at the Lakers right now, I don't think they had a player missing games due to COVID. Brooklyn, every time you turn around, Brooklyn like Katie out for you know what I'm saying Coleman.
Cause they doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing, man. Cause Steve Nash don't got that team, man, in order.
It's just certain teams around the league like, God damn, they have for was it protocol again? And then you got
uh-huh.
the league, you know what I'm saying, suspending games. They got to make it up later. So, but I think that in the East, even though Philly's leading right now, I need to see how Philly really is going to be in postseason. I need to see if they really going to get it done. I need to see they really. I don't know. I don't know. Milwaukee, I don't know. But if Brooklyn continues to play horrible defense like this, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win.
Yeah, they definitely not.
I expect them to win, but you know, you can't expect to throw a team together like this in the middle of the season that they're gonna get it all together on the same page with every single thing with a rookie coach and you got an assistant coach who don't give a fuck about defense at all. D'Antonio don't give a damn about defense.
Yeah,
You got Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and D'Antonio on the bench.
the
You got
Phoenix Suns all over again.
come on, man. You got the
That
you
shit
got
was exciting to watch, but
like come on, man. Like we gotta have some pride, man. Let's just step a game up. But we're gonna see how everything folds out with the season. It is a little early, but we're gonna check back. Um Before we get up out of here, man, it's been a lot of chatter in the last couple of days. Started with LeBron and with Giannis, with Kawhi and De'Aaron Fox. Give me your feelings about what's going on with the NBA and their decision to move forward with the All Star game in Atlanta, of all places. What do you think about that? 'Cause I
I
think that
mean, if they do their due diligence and do the testing, keep the teams in a bubble, then they can have it. Cause I mean, for it mean a lot for a lot of first time All Star players. You don't want to be elected to go to the All Star game and not be able to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just an asterisk on it there for that year because it's exciting. It's an exhibition game. It's fun to watch. It bring the crowd. It's definitely a money grab. For them to have it. But uh, it's up to the players. If you got players that saying they don't want to do, I mean, it depends on pretty much LeBron. Whatever LeBron says.
I don't know. I think this kind of trumps LeBron, man, because you got sponsors. The NBA
Yeah.
trying to make up the money that they lost last year, but
Oh yeah.
you know, I think
What Chris Paul talking about? With
I mean, yeah,
the league, the association talking about?
from Chris Paul, yeah, but it's just so dangerous, dog. Like Atlanta is so wide open right
That's
now.
a hot. It's a hot spot.
Along with
Like Florida. Like Florida. Don't get it twisted.
certain parts of Texas, but Atlanta is so open right now, and the last thing we need is for half the All Star roster or all the All Star let's say participants, would be the rookie game, the skills challenge, the All Star performers. Everybody's trying to having COVID because now you got to cancel the season. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. He's right
you
back to square
you
one.
can't afford all these guys to get sick. So that means if they get sick, then either they can't play, or if they get back into contact with their team before it comes out of sick, you got to postpone games. It's going to be a disaster. I think it's going to be a disaster.
No,
You
I
know,
think they can. I think they can pull it off if they, like I said, if they do like a bubble thing
how?
again and have everybody.
In a wide open environment, this whole city's wide open, not wearing masks.
Nah, they want. Well, fuck that. They gonna have to be in mass if they want that All Star game to go down. My whole thing is this: the fucking nightlife, the partying that come with All Star weekends.
How you gonna
That's
tell
my
them not
whole.
to?
That's
How you gonna tell
that's
them
the
not to go?
thing. That's gonna be the fucking thing. The like capital with strip clubs down there, and
The memo right now
oh
says they cannot go to strip clubs, be in close gatherings of 10 people or more, at lounges, bars. You have an All Star game in the land of the titty bar,
I ain't
and
gonna take long.
you expect these guys to be disciplined?
That's the only thing. Find their ass or something. Find them. They gotta find some way to fucking still have it though, because that shit right there, they take a. Uh, it's gonna take a lot out of the league, man, for them not to have an All Star game. They already had like a watered down
Oh,
playoffs and championship.
a lot of players don't want. A lot of players this year just want to rest. They just want to get through it. Listen, if they move forward with this All Star game in Atlanta,
Which they will. Which they will.
first of all, they have to apologize to Lou Williams, give him
Yeah,
his
for being
check, They made a big hoopla about him going to Atlanta when one of his family members died. He went back home. He went to Magic City to get some wings, maybe a lap dance. We don't know because we weren't there, right? Because whatever happens in Vegas and strip clubs is confidential. You know what I'm saying? So what he did there is what he did there, but he got criticized for it. You know what I'm saying? Lemon
Yeah,
Pepper Lou got criticized, so Lemon Pepper Lou needs his game check back. You don't have
yeah,
don't think dog, you don't have the All-Star game. And you right now in Atlanta, for every Atlanta home game, even though they're not at full capacity, they got fans at courtside. No
yeah,
man.
yeah. I saw
So,
that. I saw they
so,
got.
so you're exposed to everybody. And now, as you know what I'm saying, LeBron stated, this ain't about COVID no more. The
Nah, it's definitely not. It's about money.
the NBA has done a great job last year with
Hmm.
shutting the league down until it's
Hmm.
safe to play again, institute a bubble. They had no cases while in the bubble, and they gave players, even though they had certain players that kind of messed up who went against protocol, they gave everybody a warning before they start fining people. They threw Daniel House out the bubble when he had the
Yeah, you
situation,
trying to sneak women in the hotel.
among other things. So my whole answer to this dog is unless the NBA is prepared at this point, whatever game plan they had in the very beginning, it ain't working.
Yeah,
The NFL barely got through the season.
yeah.
Baseball barely got through before they had to, you know what I'm saying, flip the whole script. The NBA, if they want to continue to have every team play at home and still travel safely, they're gonna have to institute a bubble
And they
in
gonna have to.
each home city. So you select a resort, or you select a handful of hotels where you buy out the hotel for the next 6 months, or like a you know what I'm saying, like a resort if you want, you know what I'm saying, in like one of the like the warmer climates. You got to create your own bubble environment. I know a lot of
Yeah.
players want to be able to have their freedom to go see their families and extended families and friends. Fuck all that. Cause guess what? Y'all niggas had 4 months off last year. You claimed that, you know what I'm saying, that you missing love of the game. They bitched and complained about the bubble when they went down there, to the point that you got
Hmm.
niggas talking about mental health is important. It is. But you know the risk. You could have opted out. But niggas want their
Yeah.
money. They want their shine. They want to shoot there. They want everything. Come on. Stop it with the complaining. Every time you turn around, it's another player talking about they got this civil rights, you know what I'm saying? They got their civil liberties violated. Like, nigga, stop the complaining. You getting paid a king's
Get
ransom.
pampered athlete. They fucking pampers.
It's just like, come on, man. Even when George Hill made a dumbass comment that, hey, well, I'm a grown man, I should come and go on and answer nobody. Because you ain't trying to get paid. Because if you get sick
Exactly.
and you get people, listen, the NBA players or athletes, period, they're not gonna be happy until a fellow athlete catches COVID and don't make it out of COVID. They've been they've
Hmm.
been they've been lucky that players have been able to contract COVID and get healthy quickly, and they're on
Oh
the up.
yeah.
It's not going to. They're not going to fully realize the impact. You would figure that with Sekou Smith, who just died a couple weeks ago,
Yeah. R.I.P. Yeah, man.
RP Sekou, you'd have figured that, oh shit, we got one of the top analysts
Yeah,
have
NBA.
COVID.
Hmm.
We need to step our game up. We need listen. You had what's his name? Who used to play? Who's the quarterback for Washington? Haskins. He got cut
Yeah.
from the team because he was at the strip club and partying because
Harden.
coach had cancer, what the case may be. So the leagues and players can't pick and choose when they want to take COVID seriously.
Yeah.
Listen, you and I always start every program for every show we have. We always have a small segment about washing hands,
Well,
social
him and PPE.
mask, blah 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 blah. And this is the one thing that athletes can't say to the normal person, because when we say talk about players and we give them our opinion or whatever, first thing they do is say, well, you wasn't a high level player. You if you ain't play college or pro, you can't tell us nothing. But right now, in the land of COVID, the fucking pandemic, we got 40 million niggas out of work, or even you and I, so we're fortunate just to still have jobs together. Like we're all in this together. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell us how to interact in COVID and how to kind of sidestep. Like you can't tell us that. Like in my day job, I work in what's saying property management, work hotel second job. I don't know who I'm coming across. You know what I'm
All
saying?
different types of people from all over the fucking world.
Different types of. Oh, listen! Shout out to what's that? Matumbo. I met him a couple of weeks ago. He's a nice guy, man. Dikembe Matumbo. Shout out. I'm not gonna tell y'all where I met him. None of your business. His sake, but he is a nice guy, man.
Did
He
you give
gave
him? Did he hit you with one of these?
no. He didn't give me none of that. Now I kind of played it cool, when he came in, played it cool. He was chatting for a minute while he was, wait for his situation to get settled, and like he gave me 10 minutes of his time, and we talked about different subjects, whatever. He's a really really nice guy, man. Shout out to Dikembe. He had Georgetown gear on. He's a
Okay,
nice guy, man. He's unbelievable nice man. First team, all nice guy. But back to the whole was the COVID thing before we sign out, man. Like, athletes got to take this really, 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 really seriously, man. Because, like I said, we don't want athletes to actually, pass away. We had enough people pass away due to COVID, whether it's your own family members, celebrities, entertainers, whatever. We don't want an athlete pass away because
Yeah, I think there's some people that probably get it because I mean, R.I.P. Carl Anthony Towns lost his mom to it.
he lost a
There's
lot
some
of
people out
people.
here that
He lost multiple
yeah,
people due to COVID.
it's I'm pretty. It's some people out here that know, but it's just some people
KD
that's
just had
stuck in
COVID.
their ways.
KD
Who?
caught COVID twice.
He caught it on the all season right one time, and now on the season, I don't know. Just stay safe out there. Wear the mask. Get the vaccine or whatever. If y'all feel like that, just get the fucking vaccine. Y'all got all that money. Get that shit.
And it just follow the guidelines, man. Listen, we don't like the fucking mask either. We don't like some things we can't do. Listen, and we're not trying to sound away, man. But listen, the hoes ain't going nowhere, man. The
Young
bar,
was gonna have
yeah,
it.
come on, man. Like, is it really worth sacrificing a season or chance to win a championship because you want to party?
And a
You can't
game
wait
check.
all season,
All that money you want to shank.
man. These players fucking get it together, bro. Man, they need to get it.
Spoiled, man. Entitled.
They need to be accountable, man. So, listen, y'all, it's been a pleasure kicking it with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit y'all back on later this week. We got some other programs,
Yes.
other shows we're gonna get rocking and rolling. I know
Yes.
we kind of missed this out in the very beginning, but if you're listening on all the digital platforms, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon, etc., like, subscribe, send us comments. Please holler at us. If you're on the YouTube, you know what I'm saying, like, subscribe that as well. And if you happen to come across our social profiles, man, hit up on Linktree, man. You'll find any and everything we doing on the Linktrees, man. So IG, you know what I'm saying, on IG at Media Hustle 17 underscore King Lions on the IG, on Twitter as well. So appreciate everyone kicking it with us. We're gonna hit y'all up with a lot more content. No, it's been a little bit while since we posted, but we're gonna start hitting, you know what I'm saying, consistently. So all right, man. We out of here. Everybody stay safe, stay
Please
kosher.
stay safe, people.
And also, people, whatever you do, you know what I'm saying, times get rough. Whatever you got to do, man, just look out for your loved ones. A lot of people getting real desperate out here. Um, you know, if you get stimulus checks, don't just be balling out of control with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still waiting on mine.
And what? Where's the stems?
Where's the stim? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna holler back at y'all in a couple days. All right, peace.
Peace.